Hello, welcome to chair yoga. It's assumed that you've been cleared by your medical community to do this practice. This practice is intended for fighters and survivors of breast cancer, their caretakers, and the medical team that navigates the path for their care. So we're going to start by doing some deep grounded breathing before moving into the head, neck, and shoulders and movement. Start by taking a big breath in like you smell something you love, and then sigh out. And again, breathing in something you love. Hold it in, and then sigh out. Let your shoulders melt down. I like the image of like a pat of butter on a hot stack of pancakes. Let your shoulders just melt. Again, breathing in again. Sigh out. All right, so sitting nice and upright in your chair, begin to lower your chin towards your throat, lengthening the back of the neck, and then looking up to lengthen the throat. And we're going to move slowly. We're going to move through every joint complex, meaning a system of joints, so that we can get energy moving through these joints, get some energy moving through our lymphatic system. And then we'll get a little bit of blood flow going with some stronger yoga moves when we're standing, but using the chair for balance. And I'll be talking you through that as we get there. So looking up one last time, and then come back to center and just gently look side to side, right to left. And as you turn your head one direction, just feel that lengthening in the side of the neck and just breathe into it. Just honoring how your body is feeling today. We'll come back to center, and now we'll go just very gently side to side. So it's like your ear is curious about your shoulder. I also say it's like making a rainbow with your nose, going side to side. But we're just warming up these muscles in the neck that tend to get weak from sitting at a computer or driving or being on our devices for long periods, because we tend to not have the best posture when we're in those situations. So moving very slowly and gently here, but let's bring the head back to center. Now we're going to roll the shoulders. We're going to breathe them forward, up, back, and down. Big circles. And again, feel your breath. Feel all the little cricks and cracks that might be there. Ease into the movement as you need to. And now can we find some more fluidity with this shoulder movement? That as we bring the shoulders forward, up, and back, focus on opening across the chest. Always connecting with your breath. Good. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. And now we're going to alternate our shoulder roll. So it's like we're doing the backstroke in the pool, but not moving our arms overhead. To see if you can feel the movement in your shoulder blades. So we're also getting into the chest and the upper back. Maybe add a little bit of a sway to it. Good, and let that get a little bit smaller in range of motion and take it back to stillness. Take a breath in here, side out, and we have some movement happening now across the shoulders and the neck and the throat. Let's go to the wrists. We're just gonna flex the wrists and extend the hands so that the fingers point downward. Again, go easy here. If you've been on devices or on a laptop, your wrists might be sore. And let's do little figure 8 movements. See how I'm bending and flexing my wrists as I do this. Now we're going to make that smaller to stillness. Bring the fingers down and then just curl the fingers in and let the wrists curl in as well. Okay. So let the arms extend out, fingers point down, take a breath in, exhale, just curl it all toward you. We'll do 5 of these. There's lots of nerves that go through the wrists all the way to the neck, so be tender here. You don't want to overstretch anything. Your body will tell you where your just right spot is. Now let's keep the hands on the shoulders, and we're just going to go back to that backwards stroke, but with the hands on the shoulders. So now we're guiding this movement with our elbows. Getting a little bit of shoulder strengthening as we lift the weight of the arms up and back. And let's go in the other direction. Just alternate that. Go in the other direction, just so we don't get too habitual in how we're moving. Good, and then let's make that a little bit slower. So we're starting to get into the armpit area where we know there's a lot of lymph here. So let's take one hand and just hold it into the armpit. Let the other arm just kind of rest down and just give it a little squeeze and a massage. Be tender here. But now let's take that hand and just move it across just under the collarbone, going towards the sternum, the breastbone. And let's add the shoulder movement. So we're going to roll the shoulder forward, up, back, and down as we massage across the top of the breast tissue. Let's take our hand behind us, hold on to the back of the chair, and lean forward and just open up, stretch that area. Good. Let's come back to center. We'll do that for the other side. So take your hand and put it in your armpit. Just start to kind of squeeze and massage that armpit flesh. And then just rub the hand across the top of the breast tissue all the way towards the breastbone. And the amount of pressure you use is up to you. You can let this just be a loving stroke. Any kind of touch, though, does release the oxytocin hormone, which is that lovey, feel-good hormone. And that includes touching yourself, doing self-massage. And so whatever your pressure of touch is, it's all good. Okay, let's roll the shoulder back as we massage that area. Good, and now let's reach back, hold on to the back of the chair, scoot your hips back and lean forward. Let that area get a nice stretch across the top of the chest. Good, and now we're gonna sit upright. We're gonna roll both shoulders back, hold on to the chair with both hands now, and let your breastbone get long and forward. And you can adjust where your hands are. I see I'm raising my hands up higher to get a little bit deeper into that soft tissue in the armpit, upper breast. You can keep your hands lower if that feels better for you. So kind of find, again, your just right spot so the stretch feels good for you. A big breath here, side out. And now let's, again, just roll the shoulders back. All right, now we're going to get more into the upper spine. So we're going to place hands on the thighs, round the upper back, like let the belly hollow and scoop in, and then look up, let the shoulder blades slide down the back ribs as we look up. So this is like cat-cow if we were on our hands and knees, but we can accomplish the same spinal movement in a chair. So you'll notice that even though we're focusing our awareness on the upper spine, the entire spine is moving because it's all connected. So that's good. Let that happen. So you'll feel your pelvis tilting just a little bit. Good. And let's come back to center. And now we're going to do some side bending. So I'm going to scooch to one side of my chair, let my palm of my hand press into the seat of my chair, reach my arm up and over. Let my ribs move in the opposite direction of where my hand is reaching. Looking down so my neck doesn't have to be involved. And just reach to the extent that your arm will let you. If it's not good to have your arm overhead, just keep your hand on your side, but let those ribs yawn in the opposite direction. Good, we're gonna come back up. Switch to the other side, scooch it over. Keep your palm of your hand on your chair and up and over. Ooh, get that nice yawn through the ribs. Keep breathing here. And through all these movements, I hope that you're intentionally and mindfully breathing. The slower you breathe, the slower your mind will be, which can help with anxiety. Okay, let's bring it up and over. Come back to sit center in your chair. Just roll the shoulders back. And now we're going to find an easy twist. So we're going to just lift the hands up, let your spinal muscles twist you to one side, and then place your hand on the back of the chair and one on the outside of your thigh. And just, again, keep your gaze downward. You don't have to be looking over your shoulder. And just twist here. One more breath. Good. Let's release that twist. Come back to center. Other side. So let your spinal muscles take you there. Place your hand on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair and the outer thigh. And a nice twist here. Keep your gaze down. You don't have to look over your shoulder. But I do want you to keep your breastbone lifted so your spine is tall. It's not hunched or anything like that. Good. And then release that. Just show me the shoulders. So far we've worked on the neck shoulder joint complex. We've done a little bit with the upper back and the shoulders. Now we've done the waist. So we're going to start moving into the hips. So we're going to cross the legs so that it's like making a number 4 shape. They call it that. If my bottom leg were straight, it'd be like an upside down 4. But just cross your ankle over your thigh. And we're going to just sit up tall here. And this is where we start. We're going to ease into this one. So can you flex your feet, flex your foot like you're standing on something, and just, again, self-massage is a great thing. So get your thumbs into your foot and just massage the sole of your foot as we also get this hip ready for a little bit of a deeper stretch. So I'm pressing my thumbs into the inner arch of my foot, taking my thumb and just massaging it in little circles at the ball of the foot. And it actually feels amazing. And I hope it feels great for you too. Take it down to the outer arch and all the way into the heel. Just give that heel a nice squeeze. And then run your thumbs up the length of your foot, getting to the toes, and just spread the toes a little bit, get some heat there, give them some love. Our toes help us with balance. They're great. These little teensy bones that do so much for us. And then just let your fingers rub the top of the foot. And we're just bringing energy to our foot. Our feet do so much for us. Okay, so now I'm going to keep one hand on my foot, one hand on my thigh. And I'm just going to take a breath in as I sit up nice and tall. And we're just going to rock at the hips forward. So hinging at the hips. It's like there's something just past my foot and I'm just trying to sneak a peek at it. I'm not rounding my spine at all. And you will feel a little opening or stretch in the outer hip, and that's what I want for you. So just let the shoulders rest down. Continue to feel your breath. Good. Let's go ahead and sit back up. Now we're going to cross the leg all the way over. So for me, I've got my left leg on top. You might have your right leg on top if you're mirroring me. I'm not really sure how the camera is switching my image, but take your opposite hand to the outside of the thigh and the other hand's going to grab the chair. We're going to twist here. Twist, twist, twist. Maybe even squeeze your legs together so that the inner legs get some compression, and there's lymph there as well. And so we're giving them a little squeeze. Good. And gently untwist. Let's uncross the legs, and we'll do that little series for the other side. So lifting up the leg, get the ankle on the thigh, sitting up tall. And I always say in my classes, a different hip is a different side. It's going to be a different experience. So we tend to expect one side to feel the same as the other, but they are two different. They're like two different children, right? They're going to have their own personality. So let this hip be what it is. And as we get to know it, we're going to give the foot some love. So taking the thumbs into the inner arch and just give yourself a little massage here. So nice to get a foot massage. Let your thumbs go across the ball of the foot. And the whole time I'm massaging, I'm keeping my spine long. I'm still feeling my breath mindfully and just paying attention to sensation without getting lost in any story about it. Get to the toes. And again, the level of pressure you use is completely unique to you. Good. All right. So now we're going to keep one hand on the foot, other hand will go on the thigh. Keep your breastbone long, take a breath in, ooh, and just lean forward, just like you're trying to sneak a peek. This is how I look at the bottom level of, if I'm in a building and I'm on like the 4th floor and I'm looking down into the main lobby. I don't like heights, but I can still be curious, just sneaking a peek, but knowing I'm safe and grounded in the seat of my chair. So just continue to breathe here. Good. And let's go ahead and we'll sit up, cross the leg all the way, and then find this twist. Holding onto the chair, squeezing my legs together. Good. Gently release that twist, uncross the legs. And now we've done the hips, so let's get into the knees now. So we're going to lift up that first leg and hold on at the thigh and just let the foot kick. So this is called like a knee swing. The knee is a hinge joint, like you have a hinge on your door. And so we're just getting a little loosey-goosey swing at the lower limb, but you'll notice that your calf muscle is getting a nice massage from your hands, from tapping into it. That's helping to bring blood through the lower limbs into your foot, which is always a good thing. And we're sitting up tall, so there's a little compression of the thigh against the belly, which is helping that lymph fluid in the groin get some compression and release. Big breath in here. Good, and now let's take that down. Just notice if there's more activity in that foot now. Probably is because of the blood movement. So now let's bring up the other leg, holding at the thigh, and just let that foot flop. Loosey-goosey, getting a little bit of a knee swing, while also enjoying a nice little calf massage here from the back of my hands. Taking a breath in, sighing it out. Lovely. All right, let's take that down. And now we're going to get into the feet. So I'm going to move my chair back only so that you can see me better. All right, so I've got these white socks on to show you. I'm going to just put one leg out straight and just point and flex the foot. Spreading the toes. And again, you might notice some snap, crackle, pop in your ankle. Just let it happen. We're not putting any weight on it, so it shouldn't be, anything of harm. It's just the joint waking up. We can do little circles. Go in the other direction. Now let's change feet. So just point, flex the foot. Go in little circles. We'll go in the other direction. Good. So now we've done head, neck, shoulders, waist, hips, knees, ankles, feet, hands and wrists. I think we've done all the joints. So now let's get a little bit more of a whole body movement. We're going to do half sun salutations in the chair, and then we'll take them to standing using the chair as a balance prop. So placing the hands together at the heart, we're going to inhale and reach up. Woo, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, let the hands rest down. Let's inhale again. Reaching it up. Exhale, push the air down. And now we're going to add on to this with a forward bend. So sit back in your chair. Let your legs be a little bit longer. We're going to inhale as we reach up. Exhale, let the hands come down and then let them come all the way down your legs. Coming into a forward bend. Let the head drop down. We're going to inhale as we press the hands into the shin bones and really squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. Take a breath in here, come back to your forward bend, forward fold. And then slide your hands up your legs, hands come together as we reach up, and then exhale, let them come back out. Let's do that again. We'll do that a couple times, finding the flow with that movement. We'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down, find your forward fold. Inhale as we come into a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as we come back up, reach up. Exhale, hands come back to meet at the heart. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Strengthen between those shoulder blades here by squeezing the tips of those shoulder blades down and towards one another. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale as we reach it back up. Lengthening that armpit breast tissue. Exhale, come back with hands at the heart. We're going to do that standing now. So let's come to stand. And we're going to use the seat of the chair as a prop. So normally in a yoga studio, a lot of studios do have chairs now, but we're going to use the seat of the chair as if it's yoga blocks. So stand facing your chair. We're going to find a nice optimal upright posture. The shoulders roll back and down. Feet are steady on the floor. And then we'll inhale as we reach up. And exhale as we bend down. We're going to place the hands on the seat of the chair and just rest the head down towards the seat of the chair. So we're still lengthening the spine and the backs of the legs. We're going to press into the seat of the chair to come into that flat back. Take a breath in here. Exhale, forward bend. And then soften through your knees. Roll your spine back up as you come to stand back up. Hands come overhead. Exhale, bring the arms out to the sides and together at the heart. So that's our half sun salutation using a chair. We're going to do that 2 more times as a flow. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, ground through your feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come out to the sides and back together. One more time, please. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale into your flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale as you reach it back up. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart. So let's do one more pose together, again, using the seat of the chair. Actually, let's use the back of the chair. I'm going to move the chair around. If you can move your chair around or just walk to the back of your chair, either or. But we're going to walk the feet back and lean into the chair like we're doing a downward facing dog. So the purpose of down dog is to lengthen the spine, gets the hips nice and open and neutral because we're stretching the lower back and the backs of the legs. And you're getting a nice opening of that armpit breast tissue with your arms straight or straight-ish. Just breathe here for 2 or 3 more breaths. Good. Let's soften the knees. Inhale as we roll the spine back up, walking the hands towards the feet. And just come to stand here. Let's do one more pose using the chair for balance. We're going to do some side bends with the chair. So standing with the chair at one side of you, just reach the arm up and lean over to the side. You can press your arm into the chair if it helps you go a little deeper into the side of the body. So we're opening the sides of the trunk intentionally now because after this, we're going to come back to sit for a quick meditation, and I want you to really feel your breath. Inhale as we come up. I'm just going to move my chair, but you can just turn around to do the other side. So grounding through your feet. Inhale, reach up and over. Good. Inhale as we come back up. And let's come to sit. Come to sit nice and tenderly without a plop. Let's sit and just breathe for a moment as we close our practice together. I love chair yoga so much because a lot of people think that yoga practice isn't for them because they feel like they aren't flexible. They don't look like those models doing it in the magazines. And that's really not the point of yoga. Yoga is about connecting your mind with your body, with your spirit. And the thread that's connecting those is your breath. So we're going to come to sit with a focus on the breath just for about a minute or so. Feeling that breath move in and that breath move out of us. And sometimes I like to imagine that I'm breathing in all of the love and the positivity that I possibly could hold on to. And that I'm breathing out anything that does not serve me well, that I'm holding on to my mind, body, spirit. So replacing the yucky with the wonderful. Just keep breathing here, feeling that beautiful movement, that beautiful swelling of the ribs, the chest, the back as you receive your breath, and how these parts just kind of come back in together. Everything always comes back together. Continuing to breathe and feeling a sense of love and gratitude for yourself. Let's bring our hands together at our heart and give thanks to yourself for coming to your practice today, for taking such good care of yourself in mind, body, and spirit. And may all of the positive energy and the channels that we've opened up today in this chair yoga practice, let it serve us for the rest of the day. Let's take one breath in together and sigh it out. Thank you so much. I hope that was a wonderful practice for you.